Hey, what's up, everybody? Back for another edition of our sponsorship program here. In case you don't know, JT Bagwell, the one and only, coming to you again from my desk instead of my boat. Um, Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to catch all the episodes of the sponsorship program or sponsorship series that I'm working on for you guys. Last time we talked about why companies sponsor people, who they sponsor, and why would they sponsor you, basically. This time we're going to talk about a couple other things. And again, make sure you subscribe so you catch all the updates. Post your comments or questions below, or hit me up on all social media at Bagwell Fishing and send your questions there. And we'll try to get them answered in the in-between segments. Between each episode, I'll do an in-between where I'll answer questions about the previous episode or previous episodes. Maybe in between I'll get one from a couple episodes back that I'll address. But either way, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit me up on social media at Bagwell Fishing. And hopefully I can help you guys get some more sponsors, or get some sponsors, period. So the next thing we're going to talk about is, do you even bring value to a company? Meaning, is your skill set such that you're going to make them any money? Hopefully that makes sense. So basically what I mean by that is, if you fish a club tournament and that's the extent of it, then in reality you probably don't bring any value to a company, unless it's maybe a local bait shop or something. You're not going to bring value to a national or international brand, because in reality you are only dealing with a very, very minute segment of their target market. All you do is fish your local club tournament. You don't do anything outside of that, of any promotional substance. So in reality, it doesn't bring a lot of value. I'm not saying you're worthless by any stretch. What I'm saying is, to a large company, you don't really fit into their mix. On the contrary, if you do things with magazines or websites or something that gets a lot of eyes on you, and that's the key. So many people think you have to win tournaments, or even fish tournaments for that matter, to get sponsored. That is the furthest thing from the truth. At the end of the day, unless you're Kevin Van Dam and you're fishing on national TV and winning, or Mike Iaconelli, getting tons of views on television, fishing a tournament doesn't really bring that much value to a brand, because who's going to see it if it's not televised? If you're fishing a big event and you're never on television, and the only people that see you are those in the front row when you go across stage, and they can't read the logo on your shirt anyway, really, what value is that? There's really no value. It's such a minute number. What brings value is getting a lot of people that can see that brand, and they hear your message about that brand or that product line or that service. That's where the value is. Just you fishing a tournament in itself is in my opinion, is just worthless. That can't be your only angle, is that I fish tournaments or I fish a lot. So what? And that statement right there just reminded me of something one of my college professors told me. She said, if you're trying to determine the value of something that you possess, or meaning a trait, or something like that, ask yourself the question, so what? And then answer it. So, for example, if I say my social media gets 1 million views a month, so what? What does that mean? How is that important? Well, if you can answer it with, well, that means that, potentially those 1 million people that are looking at my social media could be your new customers and generate X number of dollars in revenue, because your product costs $20, and if 10% of that million buys your product, boom, you make this much money. Well, now that so what tells you the value in your statement. So your million social media views is worth essentially X number of dollars because of the equation. So ask yourself, so what? I fish 55 tournaments a year. So what? Where's the value in that? What does that mean? And then eventually you can piece together what your value is that you bring to the company. So what you need to do is establish all of the value and all the little things that you do that could potentially help this sponsor get more customers, sell more products, sell more of their whatever services they provide. It could be an accountant. Maybe you can get the name out there to 5,000 people that need an accountant. You got to think big picture, not little picture. Don't only think that you can only talk to fishermen. It's not true, man. So once you just determine what your value is, then you can move to the next step and even see if a company would be interested. So then the next thing is, who should you even reach out to? I get people that reach out to me to sponsor them, and in reality, it makes no sense. I don't offer a product or a service that they can help me with. And usually these people have like 50 followers on Instagram or something. So really, what are they going to do for me? But I get this every day. Hey, will you sponsor me? Okay, what are you going to do for me? What am I going to get in return? It just doesn't make any sense. So don't go around the internet reaching out to every single person with a fishing rod or an Instagram account saying, "Hey, will you sponsor me?" That just doesn't make any sense. It's at the end of the day, it's stupid. You're just wasting your time. You're wasting the people's time that you're contacting because it's just, for lack of a better word, it's just dumb. Don't do it. Understand what it is that you use. So don't reach out to every single rod and reel company on the market looking for a handout when you don't even use their stuff. Start with brands that you know and trust. Start with, if you use a certain brand of soft plastics, reach out to their brand. Say, hey, I'm an expert on your product lines. I know everything about your baits. I've caught this many fish. I fully understand all of your product lines. And this is what I bring to the table, so this is how I can help you. Reach out to, I don't know, maybe the tire shop that puts the tires on your truck. Say, hey, we can help each other. I can get you more customers because of this, this, and this. And in return, you do this for me. Just don't make it a habit of sending a blanket email to every single fishing company that's on the internet. It is not going to work. You're going to either A, never hear a response at all, or B, you're going to get told to pound sand because you don't know anything about their brand to begin with. So, just think about the products or services that you know, that you trust, and that you're very familiar and very educated with. That's a very important thing, is to understand the brand. Don't reach out to a clothing company when you don't even own one of their T-shirts. It's not good business. It makes you look bad because, for starters, the industry is very big, but in reality, it's a very small group. What I mean by that is somebody that works for a company today that you're reaching out to and telling them I love your brand, can you please sponsor me? Well, next week they might be working for another company that you're reaching out to saying, oh, you're the best now. Well, last week this company A was the best, but they said no to my sponsorship offer, so now I'm reaching out to company B. They're the best. Well, it makes you look like not very cool, dude. Just don't do it. Only reach out to those that you trust, that you think you can legitimately help, and that you could benefit from a mutual deal with. So that basically concludes this episode. Make sure, again, you follow me on all social media at Bagwell Fishing and send me your questions or comments pertaining to this week's topics, and or you can comment down below in the YouTube comments. But make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get every update for this sponsorship series. And again, as I said in the last episode, and I'll probably say in every other episode, we're talking about bass fishing, but everything in here you could adapt to a different sport. If you're a polo player and you want to get sponsored, or you're a horse jockey, whatever, dude, these concepts will work for any sport. It doesn't matter what it is. As I said before, business is business, sponsorship is sponsorship, return on investment is what everybody needs. And until next episode, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow me on social media at Bagwell Fishing, and do a little research, man. Study up on the companies that you might reach out to. Know their history, know their product lines, know what their future is. Understand and have ideas ready so you can bring something to the table to make you worth sponsoring. And again, see you guys next episode. Peace.